Jonah, genda okateeke mu lwedi.
National anthem. And Mr. Update will pray for us. Mr. Update,
When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. In the new Uganda. People power, our power, our power, people power. Thank you, Mr. Update. Honorable Muhammad Sekirinya. Who might get this Mr. Update when they get the ballot paper, Mr. Update. But they know the man is ready. I'd like to welcome all our leaders, our members, our supporters that are in this place. Thank you for coming. Greetings from our team leader, Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. He's not here with us this morning, but that's all right. Work continues to move. He's there getting set for 3rd November. I hope that the rest of us are getting set for the nomination for our presidential. Very quickly, before I invite my colleague leaders, one, we have seen as a party the continuous arrests of our members, our supporters, by police and the army, with the intent to intimidate them, with the intent to instill fear in them. Some have, luckily been able to come out of jail. Some are still there. We are doing everything possible to make sure that they do come out. But our call to police and the army is, look, being a supporter of NUP, being a supporter of Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert is not a crime. Being desirous for change is not a crime. There are people who are committing crimes in this country. Our call to police is to go and arrest these people. There are people who are grabbing land in this country. Go and arrest those land grabbers. There are people who are stealing taxpayers' money. Go and arrest those corrupt people who are brutalizing Ugandans, who are violating our country's constitution by meting out all manner of untold suffering to Ugandans. Those are the criminals that you should be going to arrest, police and the army. Of course, like I'm saying, this is done to try and intimidate our people. But ours is to remain as strong as we possibly can, to remain as resolute. All these things get to happen when a dictatorship like this one we are living in is afraid. He's afraid. So let's get stronger, let's get a lot more determined. These, as far as we are concerned, are kicks of a dying horse. This morning, we are going to unveil the official poster of Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, who is going to be the presidential candidate for the National Unity Platform. And our leaders will be doing that. But even as we get set to do that, we are concerned. We have concerns. You get to see within the city and other parts of the country posters. Our presidential aspirant, soon to be presidential candidate, Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, being pulled down by police and the army. But on the other hand, we have seen posters of Mr. Museveni being put up by police and the army. It's a bit disturbing. We don't know. Well, it's possible that Mr. Museveni hired the police to put up posters for him. I don't know if police would allow to put up posters for Honorable Kyagulanyi. But the double standards are what is disturbing us as a party. That on the one hand, police is participating in pulling down posters of Honorable Kyagulanyi. They put them on their police trucks and take them God knows where. But at the same time, we see that the same police and the same army are participating in putting up posters of Mr. Museveni. You know, police, whenever we say that they are very biased and they are very partisan, they will deny and say, no, for us, we serve everybody. We are out to make sure that all Ugandans get to benefit from our services. We are not seeing that, unfortunately. So these are the double standards. And our call to the Electoral Commission, which is the superintendent of this process, is can we deal with these double standards? Because there are laws which provide that posters of aspirants don't get to be pulled down by especially their opponents. The Electoral Commission is looking on as Honorable Kyagulanyi's posters are being pulled down. Meanwhile, the same police and the army are putting up posters of Mr. Museveni. We want to hear the Electoral Commission on these matters. We want them to speak out. Speaking out of these matters. We hear them talk about the roadmap and all these different things, and that's all right. But as the in charge of the electoral process, we want to hear them speak out of these matters. Why are posters of one aspirant being pulled down? Meanwhile, posters of another aspirant are being put up by the same people who are pulling down those of the other. We hope that the Electoral Commission can be able to speak out. And they will say, well, we have not seen these things happening. You have seen them in the media, and we are telling you about them now. So let's not pretend like these things are not happening. The Electoral Commission was largely quiet when consultations of Honorable Kyagulanyi were being thwarted. And yet, as the superintendent, they came out to say, it's all right, it's provided for within the law. Go ahead and do this. So, Electoral Commission, please stop being quiet. If you are as independent as you say you are, speak out on these matters. Let's see you take charge, because you are in charge. You're supposed to be in charge of the electoral process. Ugandans many times have said the Electoral Commission is not in charge. And the EC comes out and says, no, we are actually in charge. We want to see you in charge. We want to see you coming out as the people that are taking charge of this whole process, condemning these acts and taking action. If you're in charge, if you are as independent as you say you are. You know, the Supreme Court in 2016 gave out 10 recommendations, not suggestions, in regard to how the electoral process can be run better, things to do with donations by the incumbent, the PACs that are available to his office and how he gets to misuse them, and so on. All those 10 recommendations were not acted upon. The only thing that was acted upon was changing the name of the Electoral Commission from Electoral Commission to Independent Electoral Commission, as if that would make them independent. But anyhow, if they say they are as independent, let's see them take action on these matters. For the sake of our Uganda media houses, okusookera ddala ffe ng'ekibiina tuvumirira ebigenda mu maaso nga abawagizi baffe babakwata poliisi n'amagye bakyagenda mu maaso kikola okugezaako okutiisatiisa abawagizi baffe. Tukivumirira kubanga abantu bano bakwata tebalina musango. Tuli basanyufu nti abamu batandise okuvaayo, abalala bakyaliyo, balooya baffe bakola butaweera okulaba nti abantu baffe bano bava mu makomera. Naye poliisi n'amagye tubasoomooza nga tugamba abantu bano be mukwata nga mubalanga okubeera nga abawagizi ba Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, bawagizi ba NUP. Bannayo okubeera omuwagizi wa NUP, okubeera omuwagizi wa Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, ogwo tegubeera musango. Tulina bannaffe abakola emisango n'ebikolobero. Tusoomooza poliisi mugende mukwate abo ababba ettaka ly'abantu abanaku, mukwate abo abamenyi b'amateeka, mugende mukwate abo ababba ssente z'omuwa omusolo, abo bamenyi b'amateeka, mugende mukwate abo abatulugunya bannayuganda, abo bamenyi b'amateeka. So poliisi tubagamba nti mukole omulimu gwammwe nga mukwate abo abamenya amateeka, naye okuwagira NUP ne Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu okutegubeera musango. Poliisi egenda negamba nti affe tetulina kyekubiira, tuweereza bannayuganda bonna nga bwe kirina okubeera, naye ate kati kino kiragira ddala nti poliisi n'amagye ate balina kyekubiira, bava ku bamenyi b'emisango, naye ate ne balumba ne batulugunya abawagizi ba NUP olw'okubanga bawagira NUP, olw'okubanga bawagira Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu ogutali musango. So poliisi tuddamu basoomooza, bwe mubanga temulina kyekubiira nga bwe mugamba, katubalabe nga muweereza bannayuganda bonna awatali kusosola, awatali gamba nti abana aba NRM bo tewali buzibu tetujja bakwatako, aba NUP bo tubakwate tubasibire ddala. Olunaku olwaleero tugenda kutongoza posta Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu gy'agenda okukozesa ekifaananyi kyagenda campaign, naye nga bwe tutongoza posta ekifaananyi kino tulina okwemulugunya ffe. Tuzze tulaba poliisi n'amagye nga bawonula ebifaananyi bya Honorable Kyagulanyi, babijje mu bibuga ne babiteeka ku zikabangalizi zaabwe ne babitwala wa tetunnategeera wa bwe babitwala. Naye ate nga bwe bakola ekyo, tulabe poliisi n'amagye nga bo kennyini be batimba ebifaananyi bya Mwami Museveni. Kentugamba sooka oleke. Poliisi n'amagye muli mu kuwanula ebipande bya Honorable Kyagulanyi ne mubiwamba ne mubitwala, naye ate mu kutimba ebifaananyi bya Mwami Museveni abawagizi besibe be babitimba. Poliisi n'amagye be batimba ebifaananyi bya Mwami Museveni. Tetunnategeera oba kubanga oli bw'aba kuteerayo ebifaananyi oluusi oba omuwaddeyo akasente ateeke ebifaananyi naki, tetunnategeera oba poliisi Mwami Museveni yagiwadde akasente bamuteereyo ebifaananyi. Neffe ekisinga okutukyankalanya ng'ekibiina nti akakiiko k'ebyokulonda Electoral Commission akalina obuvunaanyizibwa ku nsonga zino tekavaayo ne kavumirira, tekavaayo ne kakwasisa omukono ogw'ekyuma ebipande bya munno kuba kumenya mateeka. Ate poliisi n'amagye tebalina kwetaba mu nsonga zino kuba kati bali mu kutimba ebifaananyi bya Mwami Museveni. Akakiiko k'ebyokulonda Electoral Commission tubasoomooza, bwe mubanga mwetengeredde nga bwe mugamba, bwe mubanga temulina kyekubiira, muveeyo mwogere ku nsonga zino, muveeyo muvumirire ebikolwa bino, muveeyo kubanga n'obuyinza mubuyina obusibisa abeetaba mu bikolwa bino, kubanga mugamba nti mwetengeredda n'erinnya mwalikyusa okuva ku Electoral Commission kati muyitibwa Independent Electoral Commission, nga mugamba nti affe tetulina kyekubiira. Bwe mubanga temulina kyekubiira, kuba bannayuganda babalumiriza nga bagamba nti ensonga ezimu temuzikwata bulungi, ensonga ezimu kiragira ddala nti mulina kyekubiira. Akakiiko k'ebyokulonda tubasoomooza ffe nga NUP, muveeyo okuvumirira abo abawanula ebifaananyi bya flag bearer waffe ku bwa pulezidenti, muveeyo muvumirire poliisi okwetaba mu politics kati nga batimba ebifaananyi bya Mwami Museveni, kubanga ekyo kibeera kikyamu. Kaakati kizze eri gye muli ng'akakiiko k'ebyokulonda, katulinde tulabe kye munaayogera era kye munaakola. I'm going to invite our Deputy President in charge of Northern Region, who has just come back from a tour of the region. She's done incredible. Helped us to identify candidates in Northern Uganda. She and her team helped us to set up offices in northern Uganda, and there's a lot of work that is going on in northern Uganda. She will begin by giving us an update about what's going on largely in the north, and then she will delve into other matters. Comrade Zedriga Lina Waru, please come and talk to us.
People power, our power, people power, NUP, everywhere. And everywhere. NUP. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. You give me a lot of reason to be present and alive as we witness today's event, which is yet another milestone where we are going to unveil the face of our president's campaign poster. We have been pushed into doing this. We have been pushed by the military. We have been pushed by the RDCs. We are being pushed by the presidency. I bring you a lot of greetings and solidarity from Northern Uganda region, from West Nile, from Acholi sub-region, from Lango sub-region, from Teso sub-region, up to Karamoja. We have embraced the new reality that people power prevails, and red is what we are going to paint Uganda. Western, our colleagues have actually launched a very innovative campaign, the Red Command. And the Red Command. So we are part of that, and we are definitely going to take it to the next level. I've been asked in the interest of time to share what is the status in terms of NUP activities in northern Uganda. I wish I could only be celebrating. I have 3 things to celebrate. We have successfully nominated our candidates across northern Uganda for members of parliament. Incredible people. The community is very resilient, and also those that are for other levels. We have opened up our office, regional office in Gulu, with amazing staff and volunteers and other foot soldiers. We are in the process of opening and having in place a fully fledged office in Arua for West Nile sub-region. Lango sub-region is also fully opened. Karamoja awaits a few support in terms of the rent, because it had not been quite easy with the presence of the military at the highest level, General or Brigadier Guti, who is following this to ensure that NUP does not even see the light of day. And it is amazing that we are not only seeing the light of the day, we are also there throughout the day in this political space. We want to thank each one of you. You have come physically. You have sent us letters of encouragement. Flavia is perpetually just saying, Lina, hang in there. Hang in there. Do not throw the towel. Thank you so much. All of you. We have submitted our signatures for endorsing the presidency. And so today, I am humbled and rightfully I've earned to be here. I want to thank the team of the head office here, flanked by the Secretary General here present, for the vote of confidence that today the Vice Presidency of Northern Uganda helps to unveil our presidential campaign poster. But I also would like to share with you the journey, very muggy, very militarized, monetized, and whatever tized, except not sanitized, okay? So, despite the fact that we have opened these offices and we also have candidates, a number of our candidates have actually been arrested. One example is the one standing against the Minister of Internal Affairs, J.J. Odongo, our comrade, was arrested on his nomination day, and he spent 3 nights. When the team in Solidarity went to Amuria Central Police Station, they were informed by the police that, you know, we do not have actual interest in this. It is the RDC and the OC station. So let us note those characters. And we also shift our own responses and concerns to these individuals. I also would like to share with you people that the militarization has gone up to the presidency, where the senior presidential advisor, Afande Nalwaiso, wrote a letter to Samuel Ngola in his response, where he was seeking for funding and presidential support to make sure that NUP activities in northern Uganda does not see the light of day. Thank God. Thank God, we are very prayerful people. We got a copy of the letter, and let us circulate it, signed by them. I have duly shared it. They were thanking Samuel Ngola for making sure that NUP, we do not hold meetings, and especially in Lango sub-region. It takes me to my second point, complete media blackout. The Media Owners Association of Lango sub-region brought it to our attention that they are on notice by the state that they should never host NUP activities. If they do, there are 2 results. 1, their licenses will be revoked. Yes, instilling fear. And if by their call, as they launched it, that we are going to have scientific campaigns, the whole of Lango sub-region, the media owners and media house owners and the journalists who are practicing are threatened with arrests and closure of what brings bread to their table. It's a very hard choice, isn't it? So the attack is not only on media, on NUP. The attack is specifically actually on the media in Lango sub-region. So what are they doing? How are they responding? Some are giving us very exorbitant fees to ensure that we do not, that NUP does not afford it, and so we are not on air. Or they actually do not host us at all, or whatever we send on air is not aired out. This is a total blackout put in writing. The second, our own Secretary General coming from a media house was arrested last week on Saturday. You see, so even going to participate in this forum is totally militarized. In Noya, as one of our comrades, foot soldiers deep in the village, was collecting the signatures. He was attacked by military. In fact, his one eye, he might even lose it. Somebody in Noya. In Karamoja, as we talk, one of the women, and may her soul rest in peace, she was attacked, not only attacked by the military, simply because she supports NUP candidate. She was shot dead in Lugwala, Karamela, Karakadong village, Nadoi parish. She has left a baby of 5 months old. What was her crime? She's a supporter of NUP. Dead. And the list goes on and on and on. But this should not let us be in the book of lamentations. No. It must inspire us to go to the Acts of the Apostles, where we are, and create the revelation in terms of a new Uganda. We are launching our campaign poster today, But soon, we're also going to launch our campaign manifesto, which is human-centered. Human-centered. It's about the participation and equal participation voice of the people of Uganda in the process, in the democratic process. What do we say when we are talking about a new Uganda? A new Uganda, which is our slogan. A new Uganda where it is okay to be who I am. A new Uganda where I am secure and I know when I leave Kawempe, I'll be going back to Kawempe with all my senses and all my parts. Right now, it is not sure. We are not sure if we will go, if I will still go with my head. As we speak, there's a lot of tear gas happening. As we walk, this beret, some people are in the hospitals. The list is so long. So a new Uganda of safety and security of the person and property. A new Uganda of transformational engagement, not cash on delivery, not putting cash, 5 billion on Lina. No, that 5 billion, the communities must be able to decide what are their priorities. A new Uganda of consultation and equal participation, not of insultation and being participated. Enough is enough. A new Uganda where it is okay to be a Lugbare, where it's okay to be a Muganda, where it's okay to be a Munyankole, where it's okay to be a Catholic, where it's okay to be a woman, and where it's okay to be a man. Yes. A new Uganda for the respect of consciousness. A new Uganda where it's okay to go to the place of worship and to pray to the Lord. A new Uganda where we are going to be called to account. A new Uganda where we are going to be having the public auditors. A new Uganda where we are going to say and walk the constitutional provisions in practice. The constitution, the little that has been left of it, because our constitution is totally raped. We want to reclaim it. We want to soothe the hearts of Ugandans. A new Uganda where we are going to say, here at the forum, we made many wrong turns, historical injustices. A new Uganda based on human rights, human dignity, love of ourselves, love of our new neighbor. A new Uganda where we are going to be holding the resources in trust for the unborn. Our power. People power. A new Uganda where it's okay to speak. A new Uganda where it's okay to be a journalist, where it's okay to be a doctor, where I can practice as a lawyer without having to go and bribe or slip my way out for a good judgment. A new Uganda. That is for Ugandans. I speak this for God and my country. NUP and everywhere. NUP. And please, I would like us to remain on that high note because we have the power. Because we have the power. And we have also managed to push them on defense. That's where they're looking for all kinds of militarization and whatever. But people power supersedes that. That's why we are preparing to unveil, not only unveil our president's posters, but also on the 3rd, walk and witness in practice his very successful nomination. And there will be none like it ever in Uganda. So, on that note, I would like to end by saying that the militarization and monetization, let's not even talk about it. When it comes about, let's not even see it. Let's not give them prominence. Let's take them into invisibility. The tearing of posters in Igulu last Saturday, these guys came on two borders at 10 a.m. and they took our beautiful portrait of the president and tore it into pieces. And this has gone on and on. They have even gone ahead and removed all. And it is a project. They call it the invisibility project. But they will not succeed to remove the image in each of our hearts. They will not succeed to remove it from our ballot and the power of the people. So let us remain focused. The most critical is what our hearts contain. And together, definitely, we are creating a new Uganda. So I'm humbled to be part of the group today to unveil this. And I want to thank each one of you for being present as we create this history by choice, not by chance. In Lugwara. In Luo. Our the four angiri andro dudosi. Amandro bambo angapi amadritsepi di ma posta odi bereti koko di eda wudri kuru imini. Eyo debi kina asimuke seko askone ba military adiki iki ameda iki osi iki anziki obi osujua iki ba oduku dupi diki osujua amavuru di alira pale amuki radio station yako TV station yako popia fara iki woroti hata wara gazinga president vile office ya basi kini same ngola ni awadi 4 eyo ni de amoduku opizo amati opizo tiri awadisi ani afangapi amano okpo fepi di alo aleki Uganda odi aleki Uganda mani nizura bazi toni paso madrili yako mani nizura ideala azo mai mani nizura meto yonze mani lelerile mani nizura kini afa usu amani vinize amaidi ani bani amodizoko anzi amavile nyiri diki udizoko ani le asokipa kiri amavundra bapa sopi candidate ro emupi parliament anosko amavu local council adi award 4 mini paso zo rikokorisi ani le ametiki dititualo amuki atidi ama otoki Uganda odi Uganda ngapi api amanzi ni muke Uganda ngapi api amani onyiro bazinga kinani apako nosku Uganda opendukoko Uganda latara Uganda amani ama business yezo tualo Uganda amani amanzi tima pezo skulwa tualo aru amavo awadia amanzi kia babasia badina mwangu wa garejia ale Uganda anziki sukulu la aruadia anziki sukulu la aruadia amani kindre kilili Uganda otokokoko o Uganda amani tozo nizura kini mali azika awere bazi otoni onyaniko Uganda akamukotia anira metoni judge da zeko Uganda paso pe you audacity leta aleki amesuki da tualo atualo asokipa kilili asokipa eyo amavu de arikisi ani amanga Uganda odi disitu alodini ba awadi 4 afoyo matek tin nindo madit tin watika nyutu poster manyen paladit president wa pien poster mukarene uruku beret chi ibalot ikumbalot paper chal megeni bebedu kigine ki beret chi tin wabi nyur gine poster en anyim me ario wakat ki lok pa military lumony maduong lumony matika gwok ka dongo gine lobo en lumony dong machalo ya noya gugoyo ngari mo ni pien obedu ka gamu signature pa dano chi watamni wayubu Uganda anyim manyen wayubu Uganda manyen Uganda manyen meneno ni bedu be ka in ngaracholi bedu be ka in lango bedu be ka in nyakaromojong bedu be ka in la Muganda bedu be ka in la Katoli bedu ba ka in Islam bien wane ye way yubu Uganda enba ngarimo ni peke wek luoro dongo makwa bien gitika goywa ento en wen gibi gik kawa chung karachel afoyo matek
People power.
Our power. People power.
NUP.
Everywhere. NUP.
Our default Wangiri, Uganda Ochokokoko, Agasi. Hey, Mama, what does Uganda Ochokokoko mean? Uganda Ochokokoko.
Peaceful Uganda.
Aha.
Ochokokoko.
Uganda Ochokokoko.
Yes.
Yes.
Uganda.
Our default. Our default. Our default Angiri. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. When Comrade Zedruga is speaking, you see the passion, you see the zest therein of a mother who wants better for her children. So we are delighted that you are a part of us. All right. Let me invite Comrade Lewis to give an update on a couple of things. This man had a stint in police. I was teasing him and saying that... should I say what I told you? Anyway, he's lucky not to have spent the night, but we shall see how we work on that. But anyhow, we are glad that you're back, Comrade Lewis. Please come and talk to us.
People power. Our power. NUP. Everywhere. In Lango. Barara. Acholi. Kaveramaido. Karamoja. Ankole. Bunyoro. Even here. Everywhere. I'm delighted to be here, ladies and gentlemen, comrades in the struggle for a better Uganda. As my brother Joel said, all of you are aware that last time, a few days ago, I was detained at police for simply putting on the red beret. And of course, it is part of the continuing intimidation together with Lukman, who was assaulted. Actually, he was beaten up and his phone taken away simply because he was trying to cover what these people are doing. And we've been challenging these people. If they know that what they are doing is legal, if they are doing is right, if they are what they are doing is legal, why do they arrest people who are trying to cover those actions? The moment we go to a police station away from the cameras, they assaulted him, took away the phone, and put him in. So it's very, very unfortunate. But I think for me, that proves to us that the people who govern us are very, very scared of us, and they know certainly that their days are numbered. I wanted to just give another update about 3rd November that, as you all know, we are on course. Our presidential candidate, the Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert, will be nominated on the 3rd of November. And to tell the nation that we are on course, our mission to freedom is ongoing and nothing will stop it. Thirdly, the last time we talked about our plans to sue or to bring action against the regime and individual officers who have been participating in certain actions. And indeed, one of the cases we are filing this week is in respect to this beret, because we had filed another case initially, which has taken so long to be heard. And now we are going to pursue other cases against the government, but also individual officers, whether police officers or otherwise. I want to also reiterate that this beret that I'm putting on, clearly no sane person can look at me and mistake me for a police officer or for a UPDF officer. I mean, that is to take Ugandans for a ride, that's to take Ugandans for fools. That someone will find me dressed like this and stop and salute me, and when I say stop, the person stops, and I say produce, because they will mistake me for a UPDF officer. It's such a joke. We also mentioned that there are several of our candidates who were not able to get nominated. Some of them were arrested and prevented from getting to the nomination venues. In other cases, our people went there to be nominated and they were just blocked. And these people who should be working for an independent electoral commission were giving excuses. The stamp is faint, it's not clear, and then after that they tell them that time is out. So we put appeals, about 28 of them, and we are following up on them to see that all the candidates who at least paid the money and presented themselves are duly nominated. The final thing was talked about. Our manifesto is under the final stages, and we are going to be launching it very soon. Many people have been asking us, what do you stand for? But in brief, I think our Deputy President, Comrade Lina Zedriga, has summarized what our manifesto is all about and what our vision is all about. Today, we are not only launching the poster, but also the symbol for our campaign. And the symbol for our campaign is a new Uganda. Uganda Empia. The slogan for our campaign, is a new Uganda. Uganda Empia. Ugandensia. How do you call that in Uganda Odi? Which other language can Uganda Empiaka? That is our message. A new Uganda, a Uganda which works for all citizens, a new Uganda where citizens are equal before under the law, a new Uganda which respects the rule of law and constitutionalism, a new Uganda where I am free to put on this beret without fearing any repercussions, a new Uganda where the media is not threatened and censured and forced not to report any matters, a new Uganda where corruption is not the order of the day, a new Uganda where instead of a minister or presidential advisor writing to complain about NUP's political mobilization in Lango, people are talking about rotten service delivery and such other things. So that will be our focus, comrades, ladies and gentlemen. And today we see that this is another milestone as we embark on this campaign to rid Uganda of dictatorship. And we are also going to be telling you our way forward in terms of the roadmap which has been put up by the Electoral Commission. Certainly the time given for candidates to campaign is too limited. You cannot say, because the NRM, as you know, and President Museveni have been campaigning just right after the election. They just start campaigning all through, and then now, because they are very, very scared of the people, they are just limiting the campaign period to that time. Mr. Spokesperson, you will allow me in a very special way recognize and appreciate Comrade Chairman Nyanzi, who has been doing a great job with regard to political mobilization, and certainly a very big role in terms of collection of signatures that we submitted the other day. Mutu wa watu. People power, our power. I thank you. I will certainly not speak anything.
Shall we? Okay, thank you. We want to wrap up very quickly with we've been talking about the arrests that have been going on of our people and the state of our prisons. We have some of our young people that were arrested recently. Luckily, they're out. They're actually children to Comrade Chairman Nyanzi. You know, this gentleman here, he's taught, many of us many different things, and I see the children are also in the struggle for change. And so the other day when police raided this place, they took the children, but the children were pretty much at home. They were taken away. They're just going to, in a minute, share their experiences. Let me invite Margaret Nyanzi, Walakira Elijah, and Elizabeth Nyanzi. Please come. Elijah's situation is actually a bit different because he's underage. He's actually a child. He's below 18, but he was bundled up together with the adults. they will share a little bit of their take. You comrades will allow me, media people, these microphones overshadow us, and now we have people who are not shorter, they are just vertically challenged. So you're going to allow me to do this. They're actually not short. You know, when you're that height, you're not short, you're just stable on the ground. And that's also very important, because there are people who can easily fall because they are too, you know. So for us who are not very tall, you're very stable as you move. All right, so they'll each share in just a minute, English and Uganda, and then
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity that many don't get. What I'm going to share is an experience that many innocent people go through. On the 14th of October, my siblings and I, among other people that I don't know and those I knew, were arrested without any warrant or any reason, because we were found at home just chilling like usual youth, and we were just taken off in very big cars. We were just even surprised because they just bumped into our places, into our rooms, and they took us to the police station. There we were detained for a very long time without even sentence. We didn't know why they arrested us. We were just confused. We are scared as the young people who are not used to these things. It was after like 3 days after being confined in a very close, we were closely packed. After being confined for a long time, they brought us to court in a very big truck filled with very many people. They were also confused why they had arrested us. Then the judge told us when we reached the court that we were putting on army uniforms. We were violating the president's directives, which got me confused because they found me at home. You understand? Here in Kamocha. So after that, they remanded us for a period of, I don't even remember, like a week. They told us we shall come back on the 23rd before even giving our lawyers a chance to maybe amend the date to a more suitable date. Then after that, we were driven to Chigo prison. I never thought I would go to prison, because in my life I've never put on any army uniform. I've never violated I've never done any crime in my life. Then I was taken to prison, as innocent as I was. They placed us in a room confined with very many people of different backgrounds, murderers, criminals of various ways. Like, it was so torturing to my mind, because the only thing I was incriminated, like, I don't know why they accused me falsely because of something. I wasn't even putting on anything. There we were confined for about 5 days without getting out, but we are closely packed, which I'm sure it violates prisoners' rights. We are closely packed, you can't sleep, you sleep on the floor. They give us animal food, the one that some of us rear animals. You usually feed chicken with, they call it chachu, then pigs as well. That's what we have been feeding on. And I want to tell my fellow youth, this can happen to you anytime. It doesn't matter if you are in politics. This involves everyone. I pity any youth who doesn't get involved in their political system, the government system, because it influences our education, it influences our futures, the economics, our future careers, like everything. Just know that there were mothers, there are people who were pregnant, women of different backgrounds, tough, humble, but I thank God I managed to survive that situation. though we were confined for over 5 days without getting out of the room. The condition was bad, no sanitation, hygiene was very poor, sleeping on the floor. Once you sleep on this side tonight, the following day you have to change. You can't turn yourself like the way you turn in the bed at home. You have to sleep that same position, in that same position up to the next morning. Then the next night you think about sleeping on the other side. The bugs, like a lot of things. But I thank God I survived that. And I want to tell everyone, old, young, this can happen to you anytime. They can find you anytime, anywhere, when you have done nothing wrong. And I'm glad that many prisoners pray, like they pray more than us. They wish more than we do outside for the government to change. I felt like they wanted to break my spirit. They wanted to demoralize me, to put me in fear. But they just gave me more courage and more power to stand out. Because I realized that it is really unfair. The conditions, they are violating all prisoners' rights. As young as I am, I've experienced this, and it has just, instead of being broken, I just want to work hard to change. Because 90% of prisoners are arrested innocently. They're not given a right to talk to their lawyers. They're not called in court at the appointment times. Like, they're so confused. Everyone is so confused. I thank you for this opportunity to express myself. Though I don't know if I've expressed everything, but that's what I can do. But to my fellow youth, please, those in university bragging around, being cool, you can finish your law degree, but you will not have a job. You can finish anything, but you'll be broken down after you leave school. We have to work hand in hand, because our governments influence. There are countries that have good governments, by the way, better than this. I thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much. That's all. That's what I have to say for this moment.
Actually, since my dad deals with the informal sector, I would prefer to do with Luganda in my communication. Bwetwali mukomera amanya gange nze walakire Elijah. Nina emyaka 17 era nasindikibwa mukomera n'abasajja abadabolinga emyaka gyange. Naye byali mukomera era of course obulamu tebuba bwangu. Naye kyewunyisa nti ate ekomera lye bya depictinga ate byatongera ffenna amaanyi. N'abali ebweru mumanye nti gye bakumusindika omwana alina omwoyo mulungi oba omwoyo omugumu ogwa people power ayongera kwongerebwa maanyi. Kamba nnyonnyola lwaki batusindika amakomera gano lwa nsonga akalulu tekannaggwa. Kuba wekaggwa gye batusindika otuukayo naawe n'ofuna obulumi n'omanya akusindise naye nga jjajja. Lwa nsonga abasajja bano bajooga kyenyo gamba ate kirala basajja bano olunaku lwe batukwata bandaga nti batya nnyo. Engeri gy'osindika ttiimu y'abantu 120 okwata omwana ow'emyaka 17 nga beetolodde ekizimbe mwali kyewunyisa. Nakangibwa nga ndaba n'endoboozi oba balabika balowooza oba nkwesa ekkoni munda muno neneewunya n'endowooza oba bagenda kumpulatinga mu mundu ebirowoozo byajja bingi n'endobooza kati ngenda kukola ntya bwe bantwala gye simanyi ebintu ebyo ebirowoozo byajja bingi. Naye oba omwoyo omugumu nga ndaba era nali sikwatiddwa nzekka nga ndaba banange era nabo bali babayoola emikwano bakyali bange betunyumya nabo bali babayoleddemu. Tutuuka mu kkomera twali bangi kwegamba nga n'ebyokusula webaka n'okoowa okwebaka n'otuula n'okoowa okutuula n'oyimirira obulamu ne bukusobera nga tolina kuba ne mukomera mwe twali bangi ensula ngambi nnyo webaka wano tosobola kyusa mukono bulamu bwali bubi nnyo naye nga weewuunya bakukwatidde ki kujemera biragiro bya president biragiro ki ebyo kuba nkuŋŋaana naye nga wetula mukomera mwe muli era muli mu lukuŋŋaana kuba bwe twali mukomera ndaba meeting gye balemesezza ate bagituziza mu kkomera kugamba nabo balina engeri gye basupportingamu people power era ne baza poliisi olwekyo nje baliza ddala kuba gye bakoma tusindikayo nga tuli bangi ate twongera gguma twongera mmanya nti aha kiri bwe kiti bwe tuva wano tukoze tutya kuba kati kuwamu akafaananyi wali mujja funa ate wano eddoboozi terivuddeyo ono tebamulidde bulungi wali mukomera mu kalumo kammwe teri abagaana oba munyumiza ssaawa paka wemukoowa munyumya kwegamba bulamu bwali bwe butyo nebaza olwa people power abaofisi abasobola okufaayo ne bamanya nti abaana mwebali ne bajja ne basobola okubaako ke batuwaayo era mu kkomera lyakomekerera nga liri feya akadde akatuuka ogenda mu kkooti naye ndowooza nange bantwala n'abakulu era nga era omulamuzi yeekyanze ngenda kitalya era mu bakulu obulamu bwongera okukaluba naye era sitiru n'owa poliisi OCCID naye yalabira ddala ng'ono omwana bamukwatidde bwereere era nanta kati ate nze kwegamba abakulu bali beerabiikiridde nze naye balaba ate nga nze sigenze nabo ne bongera ate okuguma omutima era ekyo tukyebaliza Katonda mwebalire nnyo mwebalire ddala.
All right. Thank you. Let's appreciate these youngsters with a hand clap. Thank you. Omulabe chairman Nyanzi Junior. Agana bagambe kere ndaliva ku lubaya. Mwana atandise ozoganya. But we are glad that you're strong and we are glad that you're encouraging fellow young people to be focused on things that matter. To major on majors and to minor on minors. All right, we are going to do the most important thing for today, and that's unveiling our campaign poster, the campaign poster for our presidential flag bearer, Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. And let's have it brought here first. There you go. So I'm going to invite our leaders, Comrade Deputy DL Flavia, Mr. Update Comrade Nyanzi. Please come and let's officially unveil this. Come and stand here, Mama. Stand on the right. Okay, no. Let's actually change a bit. Okay, because we have covered the media. Is that better anyway? Do we move it?
Is that okay?
Extend a bit.
Yes.
A bit.
Yes? Is that okay? Yeah, because this is the most critical event for today. And we like it.
Okay. Move the lower one.
Ugandans and the world, we present to you our campaign poster for His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine.
People power! People power! People power! NUP! Everywhere! Kyagulanyi! Ambulance!
All right. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll leave it somewhere here for the media to we can resume our seats. And the media can take shots of it alone, I believe. Okay. We can clear so that they take shots of just it alone. Let's just create some space there. Okay. So as emphasis, we are going to have. All right. So for okay. So for emphasis, very quick emphasis. All right. So for very quick emphasis, that picture there is the one that's going to appear on the ballot paper. And so it's important that this young, handsome president and brilliant as such. But also, we are putting police and the army on notice. We are going to put our posters in different parts of the country. We have seen you police and the army pull down Honorable Kyagulanyi's posters while you're putting up Mr. Museveni's posters. These posters here are allowed within the law. When you are aspiring for a position and the EC, and that's why we are telling the Electoral Commission to come out very clearly on this. We are hoping that police will stop the bad manners they have been doing of pulling down Honorable Kyagulanyi's posters. They are going to be everywhere. You can rest assured of that. They are going to be here within Kampala, Wakiso. They are going to be in Gulu, in Arua. They are going to be in Amuru. They are going to be in Busoga, in Jinja, Mbale, Bukedi. They are going to be in Kabale. They are going to be in Barara, Rukunjiri, Bushenyi. They are going to be in all parts of the country. Our hope is that police will not antagonize the process of us having these posters out there, and we encourage especially our candidates to make sure this work gets to happen out there as much as it possibly can happen. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you so very much for coming through. All right, I see there's we can pick maybe 2 questions. Yes, sir.
The message just after the slogan as well in Uganda, because we had the SG and then the Vice President talk about the slogan and what it means, but we didn't get the Uganda budget.
They refuse to talk Luganda. Okay, then Samali. She's asking why is the beret not on the poster. Like I've said, this is the picture that is going to be on the ballot paper. And so it's important that we begin to popularize that picture. Ekifaananyi ekyo kye kigenda okubeera ku ballot paper. So kyetaagisa ddala kulaba nti abantu batandika okumanyiira ekifaananyi kino kyennyini. Era posta zino zigenda kubuna mu bitundu by'eggwanga eby'enjawulo. Tukubiriza poliisi obutatukyankalanya bazze nga balaga empisa embi. Ebifaananyi bya Honorable Kyagulanyi nga babiwanulayo ate ebya Museveni poliisi n'amagye be babitimba. So katusuubire nti poliisi tegenda kukyankalanya kaweefube ono. Ebifaananyi bino tugenda bisindika, bigenda kubeera mu bitundu by'eggwanga eby'enjawulo. Bigenda kubeera Eggulu, Arua, Amuru, Lira, mu Busoga, Jinja, Mbale, Bukedi, mu Westi, Mbarara, Bushenyi, Kabale ne mu Central. Bigenda kubuna posta zino zigenda kubuna mu bitundu by'eggwanga byonna eby'enjawulo. Akatusubire nti poliisi tegenda ate gezaako kukyankalanya nga bakozesa effujjo n'empisa zaabwe embi. Katusubire nti ate tebagenda kutataganya kaweefube waffe ono ku nsonga eyo. Ekifaananyi ekyo kiriko slogan gye tukozesa Honorable Kyagulanyi gy'agenda okukozesa mu kampeyini, a new Uganda, Uganda empya. Twagala kulaba Uganda empya mu buli ngeri. Twagala okulaba obupya mu byefuga by'eggwanga lyattu lino. Wannakyema lyatubukooye. Twagala obukulembeze obujja. Twagala okulaba nga mu byenjigiriza wabeereyo obupya. Abaana basomera wansi w'emiti, UPE naki ebizimbe bigenda bagwira. Twagalawo obupya. Twagala ebyenjigiriza nabyo bidde bujja. Twagala ebyamalwaliro, ebyobulamu nabyo bibeere bijja nti tulabe obupya. Mu byamalwaliro tulabe obupya. Mu byobulamu bw'abantu osanga malwaliro abakyala bazaalira wansi, ku ttaka bali awo n'obwana bwabwe bakazaala nga bali bubi bufunirawo infections. Twagala okulaba obupya mu nsonga ezo, twagala okulaba obupya mu ngeri abakulembeze gye bakwatamu bannansi bannayuganda, babatugulugunya babayisa bubi, ate nga bannansi abo be babboosi b'abakulembeze. Twagala obupya mu nsonga ezo, twagala obupya mu mateeka agayisibwa agafuga bannayuganda. Mwalaba luli twali twekalakaasa ku nsonga za OTT nga tugamba nti kino kikyamu. Twagala obupya mu nsonga ezo, twagala obupya mu buli ngeri yonna yonna yonna. So kyetuva tugamba nti a new Uganda, Uganda empya. Mwebale nnyo, mwebale ddala. Yes sir, there's a phone here making so much noise. It is ringing.
Okay, yes. Just two questions.
Yes sir.
There was a question asked by my colleague, they are seeing the poster without the beret. The beret is known as one of your identities. So the government, what the main means for finally winning by using the identity, it's like you have opened up more controls. Two, what is missing with the EC is not verifying your presidential candidate? Are there things that are still missing from the side? What concerned in any way?
All right. Regarding the verification, the EC told us that it takes a bit of time because the signatures are many. So they are taking time to verify them. We have no problem. So let's wait and see. Hopefully they'll finish soon enough, and we get to have a report on that. So it's their call. I don't know if there is not enough manpower, whatever the case might be, or the signatures are too many. But ours was to send the signatures. Hopefully they'll be verified and done away with soon enough. Regarding the beret is still with us. We still use it as a campaign tool, as part of our paraphernalia, and that's why we wear them out there campaigning. That's why we're wearing them now. This EC insisted, and you saw that actually beginning with the youth elections, councillors, and of course MPs. They rejected all pictures that have a beret out of fear or whatever the case might be. But for us, we have no problem. Even if the beret is not on the ballot paper, we can still wear it wherever, all right? So this is the image that will be on the ballot paper. But the beret is still with us. We'll still wear it to rally Ugandans out there to get to be part of the cause that we are involved in. Very quickly, ensonga ey'emikono. Waawo akakiiko k'ebyokulonda katutegezezaako nti kakyekenneenya emikono gino. Emikono giyinza okuba nga mingi gy'abayitiriddeko. Katubawe obudde kubanga ffe kye twakola kutwala emikono gyonna gyonna gye twafuna ne tubawa. Kaakati balina tuula gyonna gyonna bagyekeneenye. Oba tebalina manpower emala, abakozi bamala, naki ebyo muluza paalamenti yeneebayambako, naye ogwaffe gwali gwakubawa mikono gyaffe gyonna gye twakuŋŋaanya tukibawe. Kati bo kabatuule enkya n'eggulo bagyekeneenye bamalirize batubuulire ki ekivudde mu nsonga ezo. Ensonga y'ekifaananyi, weewaawo ffe akakofiira kano tukyakakozesa kuba tekamenya amateeka gonna, era tujja kambalanga nga tuli eyo tukunga bannayuganda tubasaba obululu ne wano tubwambadde naki. Naye weewaawo akakiiko ebyokulonda mwattu kaafuna okutya ne kagaana ebifaananyi ebyaliko enkofiira. Mujjukira nti abavubuka nga beewandiisa okuyita mu bululu bwabwe bakansalazi ba MP naki baatya ne bagamba munnaye ffe mutusaasire obukofiira tujja bukkiriza, so bakkiriza ebifaananyi ebitaliko nkofiira awatali buzibu kubanga Kyagulanyi asigala Kyagulanyi. Bamwagalanga enkofiira kweri nga teriiko. Okay? Ne bakandidates baffe ffenna abasigadde nti mwattu bannayuganda batwagala mu mutima munda, oba enkofiira bagitugyeko bagitwambudde oba ki bannayuganda baagala nkyukakyuka. Kyagulanyi bamwagala mwattu nga n'enkofiira tetunagitandika. Enkofiira eno nga tutandise awo teyaliiwo, ne bamwagala ne bamusembeza. Se enkofiira tugikozesa kunga bannayuganda era tujja sigala nga tugikozesa. Naye bwe balemerako ne bagamba nti ku ballot paper enkofiira tejja kubeerako, tewali buzibu. Tujja bawo ekifaananyi era bannayuganda bamulaba nti yoyo yennyini Kyagulanyi Sentamu Robert. Omu bw'ati. All right. Bannaya ate ebibuuzo byeyongedde. All right, I'll just take two Derricks and summaries. Okay. Then Derrick was.
At least 2 weeks ago, the owner of the Kyagulanyi came out to say that he would be rolling out and have countrywide campaign opening offices. But this hasn't taken place. I heard that because of the case, that so we abandoned the project. Is it going to take place again? When do we expect it?
All right. I'll begin with that very question. Yes, we did talk about doing countrywide tours, opening up our offices as a political party, because that's provided for within the law. We are a registered political party, and so we should be able to go out there and connect to the people, open offices, and so on. That is still on course. Obviously, we got a bit engaged, deal with the case issue. Luckily, it's going out of the way. We're also getting set for nominations. But regardless, you know, we have about 2 months or thereabout to connect with Ugandans. We are going to come to them wherever they are. Then summarily, what is your question again? Yes, the manifesto. Like our Deputy President did mention, she clarified very clearly. Our manifesto launch is coming up very soon. We have now unveiled the poster, which we're going to put out there. We'll be letting you know pretty soon. Our policy team, which has been doing incredible work, spending sleepless nights, putting together a manifesto, of course in liaison with the rest of us leaders. They are in final touches, so soon enough we are going to be unveiling that to Ugandans out there. Ensonga eya Honorable Kyagulanyi naffe abakulembeze okutalaga eggwanga nga tuwayamuko ne bannayuganda nga tugulawo zi offices zaffe zo zikyali mu nteekateeka yaffe. Bwewaawo tubadde tubaliriza emisango, twebaza Katonda ogwo omusango gwavuddewo ne tuguwangula, kati tutegekera nominations n'ebirala. Tulina emyezi ng'ebiri nga kalulu tekannabeerawo okubeera nga tugenda eri bannayuganda tuwayemuko nabo, office tuzigule. So kaweefube oyo akyaliwo nnyo, era tujja kuba tumutandika, tujja bategeeza diro tutandika ate era tutandikirawa. Ensonga ya manifesto, Oweekitiibwa Deputy President waffe agyogeddeko.